I used to wish upon a star, but stars can't hear, they're much too far. Instead I've learned to wish upon a star.
Hey beautiful soul stars, welcome to Starlight, Starbright, Tarot and Oracle. I hope you're all well. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you for a wonderful day. And yeah, so this reading, it was an interesting download that I got, but it's been kind of nagging at me. And then I received affirmation when I drew the Sacred Rebels cards out of the hat to do the reading today. But yeah, beware. There's a warning here for people. If you are a warrior earth angel, or perhaps you are dealing with one, they can be intensely perilous to deal with. And why? Because, ... because they are highly protected by the divine, because they are divine earth warriors. Anyone who tries to harm, hurt, bring down, destroy a warrior earth angel on their path to bring light into this world, then people will receive very swift karma from the divine. So if you are a warrior earth angel and you feel as though you're under attack, psychically, physically, emotionally, whatever it is, just be calm through it all. There's no reason to retaliate. Let the divine step in, because the divine will step in on your behalf. So let's get into the reading. What's this all about? Yeah, the perfection of your life, 30, threes, the Trinity. Your perfection to the divine. You are here to fight the good fight. You are here to shine a light on those people who try and disrupt your energy. And it's very perilous for them. It's intensely perilous for them, because they have to face a harsh judgment. They have to face harsh karma. And they will be plagued by thoughts of you. And if you're dealing with someone and you don't realize that they are a warrior earth angel, you'll get a very strong sign, a feeling just not to mess with this person. A feeling that you should not behave badly towards this person. Either let them pass or be kind, because you know not what you do. You know not who you're dealing with. And for those skeptics out there, give it a try. So the perfection of your life. You are perfect in the eyes of the divine. Your life is perfect. It's exactly what it should be. And the warrior earth angels, they often have the hardest path. You know, life does seek to seemingly destroy them, but they get through it, which shows amazing strength, fortitude and perseverance. No matter how bad things get, you survive it. And then the warrior angels go on to fight the good fight. Not to be angry and aggressive and physical with people. It's not like that. You're just showing people for who they are. So when people aren't being kind to you, let them do it, because the divine judgment will be upon them. So there's something here to do with forests and pine trees. Misty as well. You're very mystical. You do just disappear into thin air when you've done what you've had to do. When you have the feeling to leave a situation, a place or people, don't cling, just leave, because you've done what you've had to do. And you may not even realize or know what that is. And this is why when people think people disappear out of their lives, you take it upon yourself. You think, oh, what did I do wrong? Why are these people so mean to me? Oh, you know, you have to build that power and that strength within you, because you are a warrior. You are an earth angel. You have been through many battles. You have been here many, many times. You are an ancient soul. And your light shines the light in the dark. Your light shines the light on those people who need to improve themselves in some way or face the consequences. I'll just get one more of these. Thank you. Earth Angel, Warrior, Earth. Oh, it's funny because I was thinking 3. And the reading began with 3, so there we go. Yeah, divining for light, 11. This is your path. You're a teacher. You are people's karma. You shine the light. You shine the divine light in dark spaces. You show people for who they are just by simply being you. It's like you conquer demons. You slay demons just by your light. And then the divine does the rest. So divine for light, diving for light. So you are a light worker. And this has been your path, to come to the light and to realize how strong and powerful you are. And when other people mess with you, for whatever reason, maybe even just a little smirk, you know, they think that you're crazy, whatever it is, just any negative thoughts about you. If you've been through a lot in your life, like if you have been through things that other people would never be able to go through, and yet people look at you and wouldn't believe you went through it. If you're, that is a warrior earth angel. Your bravery, your courage is being rewarded. I'm getting that your life will become more peaceful, but people will still cross your path, but you're not going to worry about them anymore. You've built so much in strength. You're building your confidence. You've come to the light. You're protected by the light. You are a light worker, a light being. And there's seahorses here for somebody. So this can be also masculine energy as well. It's not just feminines. It's masculine as well. So, if you're a masculine watching this, which no masculines watch this, they're all feminines, which is a shame because there's a lot in here for masculines as well. So, yeah, 1. Did I just say peace is coming your way? Owl, wisdom. You've grown in wisdom. You've grown in light. You've grown in strength. You've proven yourself to the divine that you can go the worst of things and not blame God. You don't blame the gods for what you've been through. You accept that what you've been through was for a reason, and what didn't break you made you stronger. So, after the storm is over. Peace. That's exactly what I just said. Your life is your life is going to become more peaceful, and you're going to put your wisdom out there. And if that wisdom falls on swine, then that's not for you to worry about. It's not for you to worry about who is getting your messages and who isn't. Everything you say is a message. You may have been like that your whole life. People just come to you and you just say things and they wonder how you know what you know. Maybe for a long time you didn't know how you knew, because it's all coming from the divine. It's coming from the ethers. It's coming from your soul, your higher self. So this is wisdom. And owls are birds of prey as well. And there's a matrix here, dodecahedrons. I don't know if that's what it is, but there's a little it's like a cage as well. You're operating outside of the matrix. And as a warrior earth angel, you are this owl. You are this bird of prey. You are a person who operates in dark spaces to shine your light, to offer your wisdom, to show people for who they truly are, because you're an innocent. You may not have always behaved well, but your heart was always innocent. If you'd never dream or think of doing things that people would do, and it's still, although nothing shocks you, you find it shocking. Like, it is shocking what people will do to one another, for whatever reason, what they've done to you. So the owl, messages coming in as well, or you're a messenger. Harry Potter. I don't know, I've never read or watched Harry Potter, neither of my kids. I think we might have watched a couple of movies, but I think I'm alone in the world when it came to Harry Potter. I don't know why. Okay, so, and that's a number 1. So, you're a strong individual. You're not to be messed with. There might have been a time in your life that you were very strong with people. You knew how to push back. You knew how to say the things you needed to say. But doing that, you can bring more karma to yourself. And you're more harshly judged by the divine, because in a way you're meant to know better. But, if you're asleep, you're not going to know better. So, thank you. Tell us more. So yeah, people will definitely learn the hard way. I just saw the Empress. So, you know, you're abundant, you're stable, you're steady, you're wise, you're you're a creative person. You bring forth life. Six of Swords in reverse. This is returning. This is going back, looking into the past, looking at the pains, looking at the hurts. But you have to realize that everything was for a reason. But also, you know, when people mess with divine warrior angels, you know, they become stuck in the past. They have to answer for what they have done, for their harms, their hurts, their gossip. This is Six of Swords, you know. It's words, it's the mouth, it's pain and suffering through, you know, through the mind, torment. You know, they can't follow you. That's the other thing as well. You know, it is painful to leave people behind, but if they're going to drag your energy down, you are going to be separated from them, and you can't blame yourself. You can't blame them either. It's just a part of what, you know, of what has to happen. So there's no going back either. The past with a 6 in reverse, you know, this is because you have the 6 of Cups as well. It's you know, quarrels and bickering, and you can't be involved in those things anymore if you have come to a point in your life where you've just kind of over it, and you're, you know, moving closer and closer to understanding that there is a universal force at work, or forces at work, that there is a God, that there are divine beings, that there are people in the afterlife, ancestors, you know, people guiding you. You're never alone. So, yeah, people want to drag you into quarrels, they want to drag you into conflict, but you have to be peace. Yes, you're a warrior, but you have to be peace. The warrior part was really to get you through your life intact, going through the worst of things, and somehow coming out the other side intact. So now you now you become the Empress. You gracefully glide through life, shining your light, not needing to be in combat anymore. Yeah, out of survival mode and combat mode and into grace and peace. And people need you. They need to hear your story. If you have stories to tell, they need to hear your story. They need to know that they can survive the worst of things too. I mean, people look at me and they go, God, what, you know, they just can't, they would never know, they can't comprehend. But what got me through was education, good friends. When I was young, sleeping over at everybody's house except my own. Absorbing myself in books and fantasy. I lived in a bubble. I lived in closets when I was at home with my teddy bears. So, yeah. And I understand why they did what they did. Doesn't excuse them though. Let the divine deal with that. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, 8 of Cups. Walking away from it all. Leaving the past in the past. No longer, it's like you can review your past now. 6 of Swords can be like life in review. You can review the past and it doesn't upset you anymore. You've kind of detached from it, but not in that, what do you call that? Oh, yeah, when you kind of become, oh, what do you call it? Oh, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you kind of detached from it all now. You've risen above it all. You've done what you've needed to do. And a lot of this has had to do with the heart. It could have been to do with the family. It could have been to do with people you've loved, who you've had to walk away from. And you've, hunched over, walking towards the valley of death. This dark mountainous area. Though I walk through the valley of death, I shall feel no evil, for thou art with me. And that's it. You no longer fear. You're not as jumpy as you used to be, your eye contact's improving, all of these things, releasing the trauma. But you've spent a lot of time reflecting and blaming yourself. Why weren't you perfect enough? The perfection of your life. But the people you've been dealing with, it wouldn't have, you know, it's a lesson for you to understand that it wouldn't have mattered how perfect you were, or how silent you were even, or how combative or strong you were. It would never have been enough. And that's, you know, that's what you've learned. But you have to come away from that, realizing that you've been dealing with people of the material world, people who are sleeping, people who you've had karmic contracts with, people that you've had to, put an end to karma in this lifetime, because you're not coming back in the next lifetime is what I'm getting. You're not coming back on this timeline. You're not coming back to this. You're going somewhere else. That's for somebody diving for light. I mean, you might become an angel and a guide in your next, in your next life, or in your next, I'm struggling for words here. Okay, let it go. So we have the Sun card, rebirth, reborn. There's a child here, horse riding. Horses might have something to do with you. But optimism, the energy of Leo. You're a leader, a born leader. This is a child, this is a baby. You're a born leader. But you had to operate in the material world, and perhaps you did reach leadership levels, but again, it was never a long-term success, because you had to be moved on and pushed on. Your job was done, and because the work that you do is spiritual, whether you realize this or not. So the Sun's here. There's a new dawn, optimism, strength, and leadership. Diving for light, 11, leading the way, guiding others, and others will come. Others will come to you, and you will lead them through the chaos, through the dark. Hey, again, my battery ran flat. Yeah, 3 of Wands, looking out. 3 again, planning, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for your instructions. What are your next instructions? That's what I'm getting from the 3 of Wands. Inspiration, inspired energy. It's like you are this leader. You've walked through this door with a wand in your hand. You're powerful, very powerful. It's kind of like you're at a little bit of some of you could be at a point of what's next. This is the point you'll get to, waiting for instructions. Planning needed to be done. There is still work to do on yourself as well. This is the Magician from reverse, from the back. So, you know, you're very gifted and talented, you have magical energy, but you step through this door and it's almost like you're waiting for a lineup of people. Hi, back again. Memory card was full. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's like you're waiting for the next instruction, or you're waiting for, that lineup of people to line up behind you. That's for somebody. But for others, you are standing alone on the precipice. You're on the precipice of a breakthrough that will take you to your new life. Yes. And see, behind here, sitting over here, we have, there's a card there, gosh. We have the 5 of Cups. People are coming to regret, because all you wanted to do was to have fun, to relax, to enjoy. But you seem to have people that didn't want that for you, or they weren't able to do that themselves, so they resented all the lovely attributes in you. They resented because they couldn't, measure up in some way. But they're in regret with the 5 of Cups here. They have to answer, questions and answers with swords. They have to answer for their behavior. People think about you and miss you because you're a special person and you are very strong, and people can be intimidated by that. You could also be very intelligent, people intimidated by that. You could be very tall. I'm very tall. I'm pretty tall. So, or perhaps perhaps you're not tall, but you have a commanding presence like an Aries does. So they have to answer. They have to answer to the divine. They didn't realize that they had someone very special in their life, that you were an earth angel, and they knew your history, but they beat you down anyway. They kicked you when you were down, when you had your awakening, cracked wide open. You know, this is what happens. And I'm not alone in that, and this is why I tell my story. This is why I'm doing this again. This is my third channel. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm committing to this one long term though, because I have the strength now to do that. Oh yeah, left out in the cold, people you've walked away from, people who weren't charitable towards you, people who shut you out, shut you down. It's been a long, dark path. It's been a bit lonely. This is all part of being an earth angel. If you didn't want to go through these things, because we go through the stages of grieving, and we resent. We think, God, why can't I have a perfect life like them? Why do I have to go through all this? But remember, there's people who are going through worse. Like, that's what I think. I think, oh my God, what have I been through? But there's people who go through worse. It's hard to conceive what people are going through. But it was all meant to be for you to gain the knowledge, to gain the insight, to gain the wisdom, to gain the understanding, and then to help others. You were meant to awaken. This is a very important time for awakening. People are thinking more and more about spirituality, and you find yourself searching in ancient books for you end up, you search outside of the self, and then you realize you don't need to. All the answers are within. Like, the answers are always there, but it's like you want 100% proof. Like, I was always a skeptical believer. Now I'm kind of like a full-blown believer. But I have room for other people. Like, I don't push my opinions on others. So, yeah, they've got to deal with it. They were stuck in the 3D, the material world. You just wanted to bring happiness everywhere you went, and people seem to resent you for that, is what I'm getting. I mean, if your story is similar to mine, then, this is part of it. If you have a story to tell, you need to share it. You don't have to go into the murky details, but, yeah. And, did I say magician? So, yeah, magician, magical energy, gifted and talented. People are viewing you. There could be something here to do with remote viewing. Like, when somebody, you can see who's watching you. Yeah, so people are going to be watching you, and this is with the ships coming in as well. So there's some kind of performing going on. There's being on stage, being in the limelight, and you have to prepare yourself for that. Like, if you're a very shy person, you don't have to stop being shy, but you need to prepare for being in the limelight, in a way that benefits you. There could be also a masculine energy around you as well. They're in the limelight in some way. They're watching you. They're operating in the shadows. But the other thing with the magician as well, it's like, we want our life to be different, to be easier. We've probably wished for that over the years because things can get so difficult. But yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought again. But yeah, you're not meant to be part of the material world. You're meant to walk the path of spirit. I was trying to say something, I lost it. It's hard to listen and yeah, after the storm, getting to higher ground as well. So higher ground, that's a kind of a biblical terminology, isn't it? Yeah, somebody's watching you and admiring you from afar. But yeah, so, people, oh, that's right, yeah. Why can't we have a different life? It's because, there are things going on behind the scenes that we don't understand with the magician here until we come to see it and realize it. We come out of this lower vibrational energy. You survived. Whatever, come out of survival mode, do some lower chakra work. Know that you went through what you went through for a reason. And you have to use that to grow in strength and confidence. So yeah, people are left in regret. You probably think nobody cares about you, nobody thinks about you, but no, this is telling me that people are actually left in regret. And I drew the Divine Masculine cards out of the pot as well, so there's definitely, yeah, you had an agreement. you've had karmic contracts, you've had contracts to finalize. But there is, like with the Six of Swords in reverse here, there is something that isn't finalized. I think I had this in yesterday's reading. There is something that isn't finalized, or you've walked away from, or somebody's having to learn a lesson at the moment. But yeah, agreement, contracts. You've been dealing with people, or you've been dealing with the 3D material world. But whatever you had to do is done. But there is an agreement here. There could be, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, it's between the Six of Swords in reverse and Eight of Cups, with the perfection of your life. Yeah, somebody just, a lot of criticism, like you've been criticized for not being good enough, and that's been something that you've had to learn to overcome, to know you are good enough. But yeah, these are contracts. This was the agreement. This is what you were meant to come in and do. It's funny because I was looking at astrology charts. I'm not an astrologist, but I was looking at astrology charts, and I was looking at like people I know who've passed over their charts, and I thought, oh my God, like the accuracy is incredible. And then I had this idea, gosh, is that what we do? We get these like before we decide to come into this incarnation. That's what I was trying to think of before. Incarnation, your next incarnation. This incarnation, is that what we're given? Like, this is the chart. These are the stars you're born under. These are your challenges. This is your future. You know, this is what's going to go on. Like, I have mysterious death in my chart, which is interesting. And like I have the same in my chart as Julian Assange, because I was a whistleblower. You know, intrigue and scandal and false imprisonment is if you have a lot of signs in your 12th house, which I do, 4 or more. And also Harold Holt, who was a Prime Minister here, you know, he disappeared off a beach here in Australia. And yeah, I have the same signs as him. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just going to disappear. No, not violent death, but just mysterious death. Yeah, it's interesting. And my parents, in their chart, a lot of violence, like, you know. So yeah, are we given a chart and we all look at each other's charts and going, well, this is the deal? But for me, it's hard to think that you're making contracts with people that I've had in my life who do things that are really, like, I can't conceive. I can't conceive of the P. Diddy's of the world. I mean, that's if he did what he did. I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, so you know, you've been through enough. The divine is protecting you. Anyone who tries to harm you, like if they're thinking about you and putting bad things on you, they're going to get like a slap in the face or stub their toe, or you know, there's going to be something that's going to make them think, oh my God, I better not mess with that one. That one's an earth warrior. You're special to the divine. You have a mission to complete as well. Something's not complete here. Something's not complete. Anyway, the divine masculine cards, knowledge, information. Yeah, you're waking people up. But did I say that before? Somebody who's very knowledgeable, there could be a masculine around you, you know, they're searching for knowledge. But you've woken people up that you don't realize you've woken up, and now they're in search. They're in search. They're diving for the light. Yeah. Oh, look, at the bottom, greed. So, you know, love in your life, that you've dealt with people who are greedy for materialism, who are greedy for perfectionism, to keep up with the Joneses, to, you know, but then there's cruelty to them as well. You know, you've been through cruelty with the Six of Swords. Swords are cruelty. But they have a cruel streak. They get pleasure. Like, that's what I can't conceive. You know, we all hurt people in different ways, but we know that, and then we think, oh God, and we say sorry, Five of Cups, you know, we're apologetic or whatever, or we come to realize that we do need to apologize for our part in something. But people who enjoy being cruel, you know, is something I cannot conceive. But yet I have had these people in my life. Yeah, and people who are cruel people are going to pay a hard price. But it's also like, did we come into this incarnation, you know, looking at these astrology charts going, yeah, that sounds like fun, yeah, that's pretty hip, yeah, I can manage that. But then, you know, dark forces have crept in, and the people that you've made contracts with weren't able to be as strong as you and were succumbed by dark energy. Was it really them, you know, their original soul contract that was operating in these shadows? This is something that I try and think about, because I've had people close to me who've done terrible, terrible things that I can't, like, you know, that I can't conceive. And, you know, to be part of a bloodline, like, under bloodline's really rubbish anyway. It's not bloodline, it's soul line. But yeah, I'm still a little bit baffled. But then I learned, you know, that I'm not them. And yeah. Who are they to hurt you and harm you and put you down? Who are they? What are they doing? Yeah. Don't put yourself beneath anyone. And boredom. So we've got a boredom energy. So after the storm, so somebody's feeling a little bit bored. You know, you're wanting to move on to the next thing. You want this magical energy to occur. But you are manifesting. You're a strong manifester. If you're a masculine, you could be a little bit bored with things. You want things to be a little bit more exciting. When we go through our awakening, you know, it's way too much excitement. Like, all the towers fall, and you just think, wow, after everything I've been through in my life, how can I go through more? But you do. You go through more. You dig yourself back out of the rubble, and on you go. And then you reach a point where it's kind of like everything becomes peaceful, and you're kind of bored, waiting for the next. And that's kind of like a, you know, that's phase 2 or 3 of your awakening. So, you know, you're wanting to, get into some kind of entertainment. Yeah, that's for someone. You want some kind of activity. And like turning your back on entertainment as well, you know, everything's boring because you've gained all the knowledge you need. It's kind of like you almost know everything with this knowledge card. It's like you kind of feel like you know everything that's needed to be known. Not that you can necessarily put it into words, but you can see it all. You just think, yeah, it's like there's nothing new, but there is. But there is something new, and this something new could be through you. Yeah, people could feel a bit guarded around you, or they need to feel guarded around you because you're an earth warrior, warrior earth angel. You know, there could be somebody who is a boxer, that kind of thing. They like to box or kickbox, or, you know, they could be in the limelight. Yeah, this person's watching you. Who is this person? I keep getting this. All right, let's have some. Who is this person? Oh, God, that came out. On agreement. Oh, the devil. Did they make an agreement with the devil? Satanists. My father was a Satanist. Yep. Yeah, they're going to pay the price. Satanism and cruelty. Look at that. Satanism and cruelty. Yep. So there's something here to do with Satanism or Satan. Oh, God. As I said, who are these people? Somebody's made a deal with the devil and now they're paying the price. Right, okay. What's this knowledge? And we have a King of Swords here. So knowledge, somebody highly intelligent, somebody who, you know, is a thinker or an overthinker, Gemini energy or Aquarius energy. You know, Aquarians are quite fair. Or they're striking in some way. They're like, the Geminis I've met, are kind of like, they're Nordic looking. It's a Nordic Norseness to them. Like, you know, they're tall and striking. No matter what colour you are, there's something striking about you. Like, you might be dark and but you have light eyes, you know, this kind of thing. Or you could be, like, we have Aboriginal children here who are born with blonde hair and blue eyes. And you know, but they have, you know, all the other attributes of their Indigenous. But according to the Aboriginal people, that was even long before white people were here. They had kids with fair hair and blue eyes before the arrival. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. So the King of Swords is here. So knowledge, yeah, higher learning. You've got somebody who's really seeking knowledge. They're very interested in your knowledge as well, how much you know. People are afraid of you because of how much you know. You can read them. And it's not that you're particularly academic. You don't have to be all knowledgeable and, you know, booky. But it's kind of like you just have insight and you just have knowledge. You can read people. Yeah, so somebody's... But also the King of Swords is a skeptic. You know, they believe in science. They believe in, you know... Yeah, they don't believe in the occult. Oh, look at that. So, yeah, you could be... We've got the Hermit here, Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So the Hermit, that's wisdom as well, is shining a light on this King of Swords. So there's, you know, there is wisdom here. Could be mentor as well. Somebody's needing to be mentored, or mentorships, or being guided to a higher level of understanding. And somehow you're intertwined with this person. You're intertwined. This is like somebody that you may not have even met them, but this is somebody that you have some karmic or past life experiences with that need to be put to rest with the Four of Swords here. But that's also a book. Like I see Four of Swords as a book. Ideas, you know, taking some time out, taking some time to rest. And the Queen of Cups here, very loving, nurturing, psychic energy, you know, very much... Queen of Cups very much lives in their own little bubble world, their dream world. They're wonderful manifestors because they're wonderfully imaginative and dreamy. So somebody could be dreaming about you as well. Pay attention to your dreams. Like this person sleeping, dreaming of the Queen of Cups. Like they can't get you off their mind. That's right. And this is what the Divine's doing. You know, anybody who is trying to hurt you or harm you or put you down, and you're under the protection of the Divine, you've really brought yourself under the protection of the Divine, then, you know, they're going to dream about you. They're going to be plagued by you. Because they've got to, if they can't say sorry to you, they have to kind of be sorry for something. But also this could be a partnership coming your way. But there's knowledge here as well with the Hermit, higher learning, esoteric knowledge, of course, Hermetics, you know, the Tablet of Hermes, you know, all of these sorts of things, ancient knowledge. Oh, look at all these fell out. Oh, look, the Star card with the Magician. So yeah, there's somebody who's going to be a star, or you're going to be a star, or somebody you need healing with. So there is somebody around you that's seeking forgiveness or needs healing, but they've got to come around in their own time. And there's a King of Wands here and an Eight of Pentacles, somebody who's very creative, who works very hard. All the efforts are paying off. The King of Wands is the King of creation, very highly inspired. Yeah. And that's with stardom as well. So it's almost like you've got two people who are in the limelight who are going to come together. This is like, you know, stars marrying stars kind of thing. There could also be somebody in the media who wants to interview you. They're interested in your work. But with the Eight of Pentacles as well, you know, that's creating something. It's engineering, it's IT, it's computers, it's tangible. It can be videos, it can be media. So there's something here to do with media. Yep. There's something to do here with media or news with the Three of Wands. Yeah, so, you know, you might write something and end up in the media, or, yeah. It's like your story, you know, very diligently working at something creative. It's like I was saying before, you have, oh, and here's the Four of Swords above that, and I always see that as the book card. I mean, I know it means to rest and recuperate and all of that kind of stuff, but taking time out. But yeah, you're writing a book. Or you're creating something that will be sold, you know, that involves trade with the Three of Wands here as well. So, and you'll become a star. Maybe I said Harry Potter at the beginning because it's like J.K. Rowling or something, you know, or Tolkien, a trilogy. There's something here to do with Star Wars trilogies. Maybe this person or somebody around you is into all of those, the Matrix, the Star Wars, but it's like a trilogy, isn't it? There's something special about trilogies. Like, as soon as Keanu Reeves did the fourth Matrix, I mean, honestly, it was a soap opera. And it's interesting because the chick that plays Trinity, she used to be in soap operas. That's how she started. And oh my God, this is so soapy. But I love John Wick, yeah. I just love Keanu, or do I? I'm not sure. There's something. I've been like, you can't say anything about Keanu Reeves though without everybody slamming you. But there's something strange there because he's been through. You know, he was involved with a girl. I can't remember her name. She got pregnant. Who was involved with Marilyn Manson and all of that. And Marilyn Manson's a fucking weirdo, man. And then, you know, she died in a car crash, lost the baby. It's like, and then Keanu goes, you know, just at the same time that Keanu was doing The Matrix. So, you know, I don't know if that's, yeah, what that is. I don't know what Keanu's muddled up in, but his new girlfriend's a bit strange. Seems happy though. But yeah, Keanu seems to be drawn, there's something around Keanu Reeves that I can't talk about, I suppose. But yeah, I've done tarot readings on Keanu Reeves. And it's like he's trapped in something he can't get out of. Yeah. But he's very powerful. He's a life path 31. 31 life path is stardom. It's a 4. But yeah, there's something around Keanu. He's not just this sad star. It's like, you know, but he seems happy at the moment. I don't know. That's for somebody. But yeah, intrigue. Yeah, because the King of Wands with the Hermit, there's some kind of intrigue going on here, detective work. Like possibly you have oh, did I say like I'm going to die an intriguing death? Well, I had an intriguing birth. There's a lot of mystery around my birth, which is weird. Yeah. So that could be for somebody out there. So the Lotus Throne, 37, completion. Sorry, I say that because 3773 is a 10, completion. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. So you're the Sky Dancer. You are the light. Blossoms, blossoming, growing, coming into your own. You are very close to the divine. It's almost like you have a direct line to God. But you say that to people and they go, heretic! She's a heretic, burn her! You know, like, oh my God. You're not allowed to speak to God. You're not allowed to speak to the angels without people saying you're crazy. Okay, whatever. Fuck off. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. So, I don't know. I hope this... Yeah, so people are paying the price, especially now, because you're actually not... You know, you've matured spiritually. So, you know, you understand how powerful you are. You understand that your actions can literally harm. But if somebody's, you know... Yeah, somebody's watching you and they desperately want to know, like they're a skeptic, King of Swords, like but they're intrigued by you. So, you know, you're creating intrigue or mystery around you because they're not in contact with the divine, but we all are in contact with the divine. It's just that you have to be open to it. If you're going to close your mind off to it, then you're going to create a logical reason for everything. So somebody's very logical. I mean, I'm a logical spiritual person. Like I have my left brain and my right brain are equal. I have done tests on this. I have equal logic, well, a little bit more stronger on the creative weird side. But yeah, and I think that's healthy because you do question things. But yeah, and I'm a Pisces as well. So, you know, I've always been dreamy and imaginative, and spiritually oriented. So I suppose you have people walking around who, you know, they're just completely closed off from any kind of spiritual work, or they just don't believe it. Even if they are getting signs and messages, they just don't believe it. But this person or these people are being woken up because they are warrior angels. We have lots of warrior angels who are atheist, who just don't know, but they're interested. They could, you know, but once you start going down the rabbit hole of ancient wisdom, that is a sign right there. That's a sign right there that you're being awakened to something, that you're going to start being shown things that are beyond your belief, but still awkward to talk about it. Like when you've been an atheist, it's hard to say the word God or Jesus or Muhammad or whatever, you know. Yeah. So the Lotus Throne, 37. So I don't know what this reading's about. My readings are way too bloody long. I want to keep them. But yeah, but these messages are for someone out there. And I don't have any, you know, I only have 24 subscribers at the moment. So as the channel grows, the people who are meant to hear it will hear it. So a tremendous force of light is gathering around you. There you go. You're a warrior angel. You've been through what you've been through so that you can come out braver, stronger, more courageous than ever. You understand that you are valued, that you are a shining light, and that if you hadn't been what you went through, you probably would have been just a superficial person who, you know, loved fashion and media. It is attracted to the purity of your intention. So the word intention is important here. You know, it's about your intention. Like, I was watching a video yesterday of somebody I'm subscribed to, and they had a TikTok clip of, you know, like a 1940s, you know, prophets and psychics, you're all demons, you know. And actually it's interesting. See, that's affirmation. I actually yesterday typed a reply to that, just saying that psychics are messengers. They're not. And I actually used the word intention. Hey, so hey buddy, over there in the UK, if you're watching, this is a sign for you, the word intention. So yeah, and I said that it's about your intention. And, you know, I talked about light. So that's fascinating. So if you're watching, this is for you. I doubt very much you'd be watching me. So as your intention grows, so does the light. As the light grows, so does your intention. Magic wants to happen for you now. Magician, Star card, Three of Wands, Queen of Cups, King of Wands. The synchronicity, perfect timing, opportunities and information that are needed will seem to be drawn right to your door. And that's what I'm saying, you know, all of a sudden you start going down all these rabbit holes. But some people get lost in these rabbit holes and do go crazy. Like I went through tinfoil. I went through about 2 years of tinfoil hat stuff because everything was just coming out of everywhere. I did believe I was being gang stalked, and I did believe the government was after me, and I still actually kind of believe that. But anyway, because I was a whistleblower. Yeah, you may start to feel as if you cannot walk outside without stumbling into something helpful, wonderful and inspiring. But that's what you are. People will stumble into you because you are wonderful, you are inspiring, you are a person of light. And, you know, and anybody that wants to harm you, especially now you're fully awakened, you know, they're going to pay the price. And you don't wish that upon anyone. Like, I don't wish harm onto others, but it's kind of like you try and warn people. Like, I've said to people, oh, I don't think you should say that to me. And they're like, what? Like, but I'm just like, no, you shouldn't say that to me. Well, one, it's not warranted. One, it's not kind. And one, you're just being you're just not being a nice person. But I already know in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? You know, I had somebody I was at a social club with, and they did something and said something. Next thing, they were on the ground. Like, they just stumbled, they fell over a rock and face planted. And I'm like, and I know it sounds kind of like egotistical to think, oh, you know, and that's all about me. But I don't know, there's been so many of these things that have happened to me that it's becoming undeniable. And now this is kind of evidence of that. So this reading's probably just for me, and I'm probably the only one watching it. All right. Oh dear, life is a funny thing. All right, guys, love to you. So yeah, you know, yes, you're a badass, but not because you're an unkind person, but just because, yeah, you don't deserve any more shit from people. And the divine knows this. The divine, it's not here to break you. You went down the rabbit holes. You went through the crazy. You went through near-death experiences. You've been through it all. You know, you've been through all the towers. You've lost everything and clawing it all back again. You know, you sometimes you wanted to lie down. Sometimes I just wanted to lie down and die. I'm just like, oh God, I can't do any more. Like, what do you want? And then I just heard this voice say to me, just rest and be happy. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be happy right now. I'm frightened of being happy because then bad things seem to happen to me. But yeah, I found peace. I just spent time finding peace and calm and letting it all go. And now I'm kind of feeling kind of happy. And I'm not really doing much. Just leading a small, peaceful life. Doing videos to keep me sane, if nothing else. All right. Love to you. Bye.
Ah.
Bye.